Good day, everyone. My name is Michelle D. Clark, and I'm just a small town girl with big time dreams who God has shown His grace and His mercy, and He has definitely saved me from some life threatening things. Now, when I talk about small town, I'm talking about Harvey, Illinois. Now, a lot of folks don't even know where that is. Although I just had a speaking engagement on Sunday, and there actually was somebody in the audience who knew where Harvey was because their dad was from Markham. But other than that, it's near the south side of Chicago. Now, even if you don't know where Harvey is or Markham, you definitely know how Chicago got its nickname, Chirac. I'm talking about folks with thugging and drugging and stealing and killing, doing all sorts of things. But instead of doing that with my life, instead of being a dope dealer, I became a hope dealer with my company Lift Nation, where I empower women to live inspire free and transform. Now, in order to do that, I got my bachelor's in psychology, I got my master's in social work, but I also got my PhD from the School of Hard Knocks. Because, like I said, I've definitely been through some things, you all. But it's because of those things, I am now the Harriet Tubman of authenticity, empowering women to break the chains of stereotypes, shattering those glass ceilings, and shedding the baggage of past bad mistakes, decisions, tragedies, and traumas in order to live more triumphantly. All right, you all, welcome to the show. It is Tuesday Talks with Miss Clark, LMSW at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yes, that's the name of the whole show. Why? So you know when and where to be, right? So whether you're tuning in on Facebook or LinkedIn or YouTube, welcome. And if this is your first time, welcome. And if it's your repeat time, repeat supporter, then welcome back. All right, now, just a quick order of business. If you are watching this on Facebook, make sure that you like this and you share this with somebody who you love and care about and somebody who you just know want to be the best that they can be in 2023. Because towards the end of the show, I'm going to be making an announcement and I want you all to have everybody that you know. Of course, now this, let's preface it by saying this. I work with professional women. So if you're a man, but you know a woman who's professional, then make sure you pass this along. Now, men can watch this show. I have no problem with that. But when I make offers or when I talk about announcements or make major announcements like I'm going to do today, then it's only applicable to us women. All right. So if this is your first time on the show, we definitely want to go through housekeeping, if you will, and let you know what is the order of operations. So we have a 30-minute format. So I will be on until 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. And then I'm going to be talking about a special topic tonight that a lot of people have been asking me about. I did a Facebook Live earlier today talking about it. And so we'll get into it momentarily. Then I'm going to break for a segment so that way we can do rapid fire AMA. That's where you get to ask Miss Clark anything. Yes, you get to ask me anything. So, all right, you all, what is our topic for today? Oh, another quick housekeeping. So, intermittently, I may take a sip of water because we have to stay hydrated, right? And that is a nice break for station identification. So, when I do that, play along. And what we normally do is just pretend like you have some elevator music going on. If you don't know what elevator music is, then it's kind of like da 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 da. So that'll be what you can hear in your minds while I take my sip. And also, that could be a nice cue for you to be hydrated as well. So let's practice real quick. All right, here we go. All right, wonderful. All right, you all. So, topic for today, and something that people have been asking me about and wanting me to continue to talk about, and that is manifesting. So, nowadays, well, I should say nowadays, but this time of the year, a lot of people are making New Year's resolutions. Now, I've heard so many different statistics, I've read many different statistics, but the bottom line is by the time February hits, more than half, like 75%, some statistics even say like 80 to 85% of folks have already put down those New Year's resolutions. As a matter of fact, half of folks don't even make it into the new year before they have totally obliterated their New Year's Eve resolution. Because we make it on New Year's Eve. Oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Yeah, okay. And by March, April, it's history. It's like people don't even remember what it was that they were so resolute about. So instead of making New Year's resolutions, instead of saying, oh, I'm going to do this for the new year, start now. Start now. Start manifesting your dreams now. Why wait? Already get a jump start on the new year So that way you can hit the ground running now and then spring and launch into the new year to be the best that you can be in 2023. So I want to talk about some of my experiences with manifesting. So if you didn't get a chance to catch my live earlier today, I talked about that there was a gentleman who I met at a speaking circuit. And in that speaking circuit, I got a chance to hear his speech. And it was absolutely fabulous. Shout out to D. Lee. And it was absolutely fabulous. And so at the end, he asked me to do a testimony for him. In the midst of my testimony, I talked about some things. Well, I'll finish it and then I'll come back around. So I talked about some things. And then he sent me a message earlier this week. He sent me, well, it's early this week, late last week. He sent me a message and he talked about how the things that I said in his testimony about who he was, his services, his speech, that he's already seeing them start to manifest. Now, I don't have any mystical, magical powers. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't have a magic wand, so to speak. But what I do have is belief. I have strong belief that when we say something, we put something out there, it's not going to come back to us void. When we believe something, the strong pull, the law of attraction works in our favor. The universe conspires with us. This is not hokey talk. I promise you. Because the things that I spoke over was things that he was already believing in. So when we both believed and agreed and touched and agreed, it magnified and magnified and manifested those dreams into reality faster, more intensely. That's how it works. That's how it works. So let me tell you something else. So earlier this week, later last week, it was late last week or earlier last week, I got a check in the mail. The check was only $5. Now I know I told y'all last week about that 46K. Peep this, because some people are like, yeah, 46K, yeah, okay. So again, what we believe is what we believe that will manifest. Is what we believe. It's our belief. The only thing that is keeping us, y'all, from where we are to where we want to be, to who we want to be, how we want to be, what we want to have, what we want to do, all of those things is our BS, our belief system. It is our belief system that keeps us hostage, holds us hostage. Now, some people might say, well, I feel free, Michelle. That's great. But when I say hostage, I don't really mean like hostage, but I just mean that our beliefs are the only thing that limit us from what it is that we want. And sometimes the things that we want are so minuscule in nature that there's more out there waiting for us. It's just waiting for us to ask for it, to look for it, to seek, ask, knock. That's what it's waiting for. So, okay, let's get back to my story. So, $5. I got a check in the mail. Now, mind you, I say all the time that I get checks. I get checks all the time, randomly, in the mail. Have no idea what they're about. Have no idea what they're coming from. It's not like I did a service and I'm waiting for a check in the mail, first of all. Stripe. But besides that, so check in the mail happens. Now, all my bills are automated. So it's not as though I may have overpaid something and now I'm getting the payment back. No. Everything is like clockwork. So I have my bank to pay whoever the people that need to be paid, right? That's how I have it set up. So it's not like I said, that I sent some extra money. No. So I got $5 back in the mail. Now, I was happy and grateful for that $5. I was excited for that $5. I was like, well, first, okay, stop the press. I just wanted just a little bit. Okay, at first I was like, oh man, just $5? Like, come on, what's up with that? But then I said, you know what? I'm happy about this $5 because I wasn't expecting it anyways. So that's $5 more that I can do whatever it is I need to do. So whether it's tip somebody $5, whether it's getting a $5 biggie bag, I know it's so bad, but okay, you guys, that is like my what is it, like my vice, I guess you would say. So you know how we all have these little things, we're like, ooh, I probably shouldn't do that, but I'm going to do it anyways because I really like it. $5 biggie bag, that's one of those things. All right, so or $5 more in the gas tank, right? Get 1 gallon gas extra, but whatever the case may be, it was $5 that I didn't have. So I felt like, okay, it's better to gain $5 than to lose $5. So amen and hallelujah. So the next week, which happened to be yesterday, I got another check from that same entity in the mail. Now, I've gotten some extras from that entity before, but it never came like this, right? Back to back to back. It's usually maybe this month or that month, or maybe a few months in between and then another. So it's like, what's going on? So this time it was $75. Now, I know some people might say, oh, well, $75 isn't a lot of that. Well, listen, if you don't get excited about 46K, I don't know what to tell you. So, but I'm bringing it down to this because sometimes our belief systems, our BS, only allows us to believe so much, only allows us, it places limitations, only gives us so much room and so much space. But I want to also not just talk about the monetary part of it. I want to go behind the scenes of it. So, $75. Now that's 15 times the 5. Now I'm thinking to myself, okay, I'm excited about this 75. Now I'm like, ooh wee. I'm really excited about the $75. Because again, it's not about the amount. $75 is a lot of money. However, $75 unexpectedly is like, okay, God, I see what you're doing. Okay, I see what's going on here. So all I was thinking was, wow, well, that's 15 times the amount, and I was excited about the 5. Now I'm excited about the 75. Ecstatic about the 75. I wonder what's coming next. And now instead of wondering what's coming next, how about I go ahead and just put it out there? Let's add some zeros onto that. Let's magnify that. Let's add some zeros onto that 15, because that's what it was times the 15, right? Let's add some zeros on that and magnify that by the 75. And let's see what we get. So, okay. Now, let me take it back. Let me take it back and talk about the importance. The importance is not the 5. It's not the 75. It's not the 15 factor that it was magnified by. No. It was the fact that I showed gratitude. I showed gratitude for what I had. And then I was given more. I showed gratitude for what I had, and then I was given more. So this is that point where there's a break for station identification, y'all. I would love to know, what is it that you're grateful for right now? What are some of those things? Let me back it up. So when I meet with my clients, I always start the session off with, what's the good news? What's the good news? And my first time clients will initially say, well, I mean, nothing really. I mean, nothing really has happened. I said, well, it doesn't have to be about anything that's happened. Well, you've happened. You're here today. Meaning on this side of the dirt. You're on this side of the earth. So that is good news. So we can take it to something as basic as, I was able to, if you are, I'm able to walk without any kind of apparatuses. I'm able to breathe without any breathing devices. I'm able to see. I have sight. I have vision. I'm able to breathe and to swallow. So some of these things I'm saying because anybody who knows me, they know that I have a special needs son who doesn't have an able body because of cerebral palsy. That's his diagnosis. He suffered a brain injury at birth, where hypoxia, where his brain was deprived of oxygen. As a result, he has cerebral palsy. So he's tube fed. He doesn't swallow. He does need albuterol and some other host of other medications to help him to facilitate, open up his breathing, his airways. He doesn't walk like you and I. So I'm going through all these things with you all. Not so you can say, oh, Michelle's poor son. No, there's nothing poor about him. So let's get this right. Poor is passing over opportunities repeatedly. My son does not pass over any opportunities. Somebody might want to write that down. Passing over opportunities repeatedly. That's what poor is. And my son doesn't do that. He's very vibrant. He's a go-getter. He knows what he wants. He loves YouTube. He's hilarious. So he loves these educational programs, which, praise God, that's the things that he likes, right? And he can watch them as often as you will allow him to. And he enjoys life. And that's something that the doctor stated that he was not going to be able to do. They said that he was not going to have any kind of connectedness, that he wouldn't be able to do the things that he's doing, that he would be in a vegetable state if he even lived. That's what they said. I didn't believe them. I didn't believe them. I did not touch and agree with them. And at one point, I remember hearing the doctors turn to my mom, who was in the room with me when they were calling, so breaking the news to me. And they looked at her and they said, does she hear? Does she understand what we're saying? My mom was like, oh, she hears you. She hears you. Because my mom understood. She knew where I stood with this. That I had belief beyond belief. I had faith. I had faith. And it wasn't easy. Oh, no. Sitting here right now, I can tell you that it seemed easy, meaning me talking to you about it. But going through, it was anything but easy. Anything but easy. And when they were going to pull the plug on him, because they gave me at the time, my husband, my ex-husband now, they gave us the opportunity to decide whether we were going to trach him or let him go to God. And our decision was that if he is going to have the life that we want for him, that we want him to breathe on his own. And if he doesn't, then he's not meant to be with us. We saw the life of a trach. And this is nothing against any child who has a trach, but the child that was in the bed next to my son was in the hospital for 30 days. The child that was in the bed next to him was trached. So every single day that I visited my son, when I wasn't in, and we rotated, I was able to spend time with that baby. I don't know where his mom was. I don't know where his family was. Have no idea. Never saw anybody near his bedside. But I made sure that he knew that he was loved. And I saw what he went through. And we decided, no. And because we had everybody pray across the country, we had everybody that we knew across the country and beyond, overseas, to pray for our child when we were taking him off of the ventilator. They call that pulling the plug, right? Every statistic pointed to that he was not going to be able to breathe. Every time they tried to take him off the ventilator, he couldn't last less and less time. This time he breathed. He breathed. And it was because of the belief that we held. So I'm saying all that to say this. It's because of the belief that we held, and because of the fact that we touched and agreed, because of the energy between us, all in unison, for one purpose and one purpose alone. We were focused, followed one course until successful. That's how we were able to find that success. So I'm going to take a quick break here. And I want to welcome those of you who are just tuning in. So welcome to Tuesday Talks of Ms. Clark, LMSW, at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Welcome if you're watching this on YouTube, Facebook, or LinkedIn. Take this time to share this post. Like this, share this with someone that you know and love and care about. And if you are on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. If you're not on YouTube, go to YouTube at some point, subscribe to this channel, and click the little bell so that way you'll be in the know when we drop new content and when we come on every Tuesday. You'll be alerted. Okay, so I'm talking about manifestation. And now I'm talking about how. Meaning that when we say something, it doesn't come back to us void. When we think something, because first of all, when we say something, it comes from the thought. It originates from the thought, from the beginning. And when we believe in that, the degree to which we believe is the degree to which it manifests. And when we touch hands, touch and agree, and that is figuratively speaking, right? Because it could be just me and you across this, I want to say Zoom, but across this screen here, and we touch and agree on something, then all of a sudden the energy, the atmosphere starts to shift in our favor. This is not hokey talk, y'all. This is for real, for real. I've seen it happen more than not. Okay, another quick example. So I was um I was talking with my business mentor. This is so funny. We talk and we laugh all the time about how the fact that whenever it is that I say, you know what, man, I need this X amount of money, or you know what, I need that amount of money, X. And he's like, I don't know how you do it. And I always put like a time frame on it. I said, I'm going to have it by this, period. I'm going to have it by that. He says, I don't know how you do it, but every single time you always find a way to manifest that money. I don't know how you do it. He says, you need to start teaching people how to do that. I'll get to that in a moment. Put a bookmark right there. So it was 2K. So it was only 2K. And that was something that I said, you know what? I need extra 2K. And it manifested. So the thing is that it's not about the 2K. Again, it's not about the $5 I talked about earlier. It's not about the 46K I talked about last week. It's not about the 75. That was times the 5, right? That I got within a short window of time. It was the 2K that I was. It's not about any of that, y'all. I've manifested people in my life. I've manifested people in my life. Meaning that when we open up ourselves, let's just say if somebody was, let's just say if they were a single mom, and all of a sudden they were like, man, I'm a single mom. I wish I had somebody who like could relate to what I'm going through. And then all of a sudden they're in line. And this is something they've been kind of ruminating on. So it's not like they just make this one little wish, if you will, and then blew on the daisies. You know how is that daisies, or what are those in the yard? Not daisies. The things that's in the yard that dandelions, when they turn white and you blow on them as little kids, and then all the little things go, and you're like, oh, I made a wish. Hope my wish comes true. I'm not talking about that. But this person, it's in their heart. It's in their mind. And not to say they're consumed with it, but they could be. But they're like, I really want somebody in my life who understands me, who knows what I'm going through, that I can communicate with, that I can share this with. Like maybe even a new friend. They go to the store. They're in an aisle. They're picking up the groceries. They get to one aisle way and they see something, and maybe somebody says to them, oh, I like your hair. And, oh, thank you. And they get yakking. Da da da. Next thing you know, they're walking down the aisle together, and they're going up to the cash register together. Yakety, yakety, yakety. They exchange information. They find out that they have so much in common. And then the next thing you know, that person has someone in their life who shares the same commonality. Single mom, maybe going through the same things, and they have somebody they can talk to that's supportive of them. How they were able to manifest that, it starts with the thought first. The desire, the burning desire. Now, let me stop here real quick. If you do want to, because I didn't say this at the beginning, I'm so sorry about this, you guys. I normally say this. If you want to get a proper shout out, then let me know, because I did see some people coming into the room here. So if you want a proper shout out, then please make sure to put your name in the chat. If you have any questions, we're going to be coming up on our rapid fire AMA, which is Ask Ms. Clark Anything. So if you do have any questions, make sure you put it in the chat. And then before we close, I will be making that special announcement that you all have been waiting for. So, all right. It's what we believe. It all goes back to our belief system. I can't harp on this enough. And then when we lock arms with other people and we talk about something and we speak it into existence, and we work towards those things. Funny fact. Okay. So I talked to my daughter today, and I was telling her about some of the manifestations. And so she had made a manifestation, and she was like, well, I wish for $1 million and I don't have it yet. And I said, well, that's the difference between wishing and manifesting. I said, first of all, when you wish, faith without works is dead. So let's start with that. Wishing is not faith. Let's get that right. That's part one. And then when you have faith, you can't just say, oh, I have faith, and then just wait for the skies to open up and something, the money to fall down out of the sky, or the man to fall out of the sky, or the woman to fall out of the sky, or the family to fall out of the sky, whatever it is, the house, the car, whatever. No, 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 no. It doesn't work like that. You have to put works with it. So the thing is that if we believe something, then we walk towards it, which is my way of saying we work towards it. So, okay, just an example. When I was a kid, I don't know if this happened to you. If this happened to you, let me know. But when I was a kid, I for real thought that at the end of a rainbow was a pot of gold. Me and my friends, we literally was trying to try to find the end of the rainbow so we could get to the pot of gold. But sometimes we have to be like kids. We have to go back to that imagination, to that creativity, and that just full on belief that whatever it is that we think can actually happen. Because let me tell you something, it can. Now, of course, well, I can't say of course, because the thing is, we never made it to the end. And I don't know anybody who actually has made it to the end of the rainbow to get that pot of gold, but we never made it. Every time a rainbow came up, we never were able to make it to the end before it disappeared. But I say that to say this, that it's the belief. So it's not just saying what you want. It's not just saying, oh, I believe. When we believe in something, we move. We move towards that thing that we say we believe. So if there is something that you've said that you believed, but you find yourself not making the movement towards that thing, we got to question ourselves. Do we believe, and how much? How much do we believe? Again, the degree to which we believe is the degree to which it will manifest. All right, you all. We are at 27 minutes. So, all right. What I want to do is, make sure that you either put in the chat your questions, and or you can go to Clark MD at liftlifecoachingsolutions with an S.com, and you can email me your questions there. And at one of our broadcasts, I will make sure to put the questions out there. So if you don't have any questions right now, that is perfectly fine. If this is your first time on the show, you weren't ready, that's cool. Welcome back. If you are a repeat supporter, and make sure that if you have any questions, make sure you ask me. Okay, so you guys, let's get to the announcement. I'm going to take a quick drink real quick. So this is, if you haven't watched the show earlier, if you haven't watched the show before, you know that when I go take my sip of water, that's also a cue for you to hydrate as well. And think about that elevator music that's playing right now. Dun, 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 dun. And when I get finished, it goes, dun. Okay, here we go. All right, you all. So the moment you've been waiting for, the special announcement, the major announcement I want to make. I've kind of alluded to it through the show. I talked about how our belief systems, how we manifest. I talked about how when we unite and come together and we have a common goal and we focus, that energy magnifies, intensifies, and it brings forth whatever it is that we want to manifest quicker, faster, more intensely. So, and I also talked about how I was talking about a business coach and how he was telling me, well, Michelle, you need to train other people how to do that. You need to help other people to do what you do, to do just that. Now, yes, mindset management. So when I talk about mindset management, manifesting is a part of it. I help people to get rid of their stinking thinking. And when I say get rid of it, yes, we all have negative automatic thoughts. So you can't stop those from happening. That's why they're called automatic. But what we can do is decide how long we want to sit in it. Decide if we're going to conspire with it, if we're going to lock arms with it and allow it to win, or are we going to replace it with a more positive, productive thought? That's the basis of what I do. Now, of course, it goes beyond that, but I'm just telling you the baseline. So, but I want to help people with manifesting. I want to help people to manifest their dreams. So yes, people make resolutions. I talked about at the beginning of the show. People make resolutions. It's about to be 2023. Well, let's do this. Let's not wait till 2023. Let's not make this resolution and say, oh, in 2023, I'm going to be the best I can be. No, start now. Be the best you in 2022 going into 2023. So let's go. So what I want to do, but I want to make sure that I have enough people who raise their hand and say, yes, I want in. I want enough people to say, yes, I want in. I'm starting a group. I'm starting a mindset management group for manifestation to help you to manifest your dreams, manifest your goals. I'm going to show you the behind the scenes look and help to manifest your dreams. If this sounds like something you or someone you know who is a professional female, let's put that out there. I only work with women. So if there's a man that's watching this, I appreciate you. But listen, how you can manifest your dreams is through your whoever it is. If you're married, your spouse, if you're married to a woman, your spouse, if you have a girlfriend, fiance, a friend, sister, mom, whatever, have them get connected with the group. Because the thing is that I'm saying this line, I'm laughing because I'm about to say something. We're all connected. My daughter and I watched this show on Netflix called Manifest. And no, things may or may not happen the way it does on the show. But the one thing they always say is that we're all connected, and that is true. We are all connected. And if you want to be connected with this group, you can raise your hand by going to bit.ly/mindset with Michelle. So I'm going to put this down here, bit.ly/mindset with Michelle. Okay, so bit.ly/mindset with Michelle. And the ones that are capitalized, they do need to be capitalized. So it's upper and lowercase, mindset with Michelle. And I know that is the site that people normally go to book a 20-minute free conversation exploration with me. But I want you to use this link to raise your hand and say, yes, I want in. And then I do want to have a conversation with you because not everybody is going to be able to get into this group. We're going to limit this group. So I want to make sure that I have a conversation with the people who identify themselves and say, yes, I want in. Because I want to make sure that we're resonating, vibrating, emoting in a way that's going to help us to manifest what we want. So there's a certain type of person, characteristics that I'm looking for this group to be able to get in. So yes, and it is an exclusive group. It starts off with being exclusive because it's for women, for professional women. But in addition to that, I need to have a conversation. So click on that link. Well, type it in your URL, cut and paste, whatever you need to do. Copy it. I'm also going to have it at the end of the broadcast. I am going to put it on the sites. So that way you can click on it. But make sure you book your session. Book your session with me. So that way I can have a hand raised that, yes, this is something that I want. It's something I'm interested in. And the commitment level. So I have more details when you book the link. So when you come on and book, I'll tell you all the details. I'll give you all the deets, how many weeks it'll be, when it's going to start, what day it's going to be on, all of those things. So click on there, book if you're serious, not curious, if you're serious inquiries only, please, because I'm serious about this group. So, all right, you all, I am over my time, but I wanted to make sure that I got this out here for you all so that you can start manifesting your dreams. Be the best you in 2022 so you can be the best that you can be in 2023. All right, you all, my name is MicheleDClark. I am the mindset management coach. Matter of fact, I'm the queen of mindset management coaching. And now, manifesting. So we're talking about manifestation, you all. So mindset management coach, let's start manifesting your dreams. with Lift Nation, where we empower women to live inspired, free, and transform. But before we go, I almost forgot. Almost forgot. This Saturday, make sure you tune in. We are having our Lift Nation Freedom at 1. So make sure you tune in. That is a Zoom. And so I will have that link as well. So it is bit.ly/Lift Nation Freedom at 1. So make sure you get in on that. I'll put that in the chat. And it is 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you tune in this Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, you all. So I look forward to seeing you guys on Saturday in the Zoom. And until then, again, my name is MicheleDClark with Lift Nation, where we empower women to live inspired, free, and transform. Take care. God bless.